Howdy everyone, ArgonMatrix here. Welcome you to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, Part 7. I think we're going to try something a little more novel today. I want to do a Cain run here, but I want to do a greed mode run, because I haven't shown that off yet, and that's actually kind of an integral part of the game here. I wouldn't say an integral part of the game necessarily, but an integral part of the Afterbirth experience as a whole, if that makes sense. So, what are we looking at here, you might be wondering? Well, there's this button in the center I'll go over in a second. We got an item room here that we can actually access because we have one key. Gives us a shielded tears, lost contact, which is nice. And we also get the matchbook for an evil upgrade. Some bombs, a black cart, off to a pretty good start, honestly. I might as well... Yeah, I'll step into the curse room. See what we got going on here. Got some pills, which should be good, or should be better anyway, thanks to Luckfoot. I can see forever is it'll let us find a secret room on this floor, which there's always a secret room on one of these floors, I believe. And this is probably the bread and butter of greed mode right here. Let me see if I can... Is there a secret room? It might be down in that lower room, because you can see this lower room is inaccessible right now. This is the exit. So, I haven't really explained anything yet. Basically what greed mode is you got this shop here. You can buy stuff out, obviously. There's always going to be probably 2 or 3 items for sale. You also have the restock item, as you can see below our map up there. There's a little like recycling symbol, which means that when you buy something from the shop, it will automatically be replenished with a item of identical or similar like status, if that makes sense. Like if I buy the spirit heart, for instance, which I can't right now because I don't have the money, it would give another spirit heart for sale for 5 cents. So you can buy like infinite spirit hearts if you have enough money. And it works the same for items. If you buy an item from here, then a new item will come in its place. And you can also use this machine up here to reroll if you bomb it or otherwise. You can buy keys, all that fun stuff. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and use a bomb here to get that stone chest. Gives me a little larva, which I think creates attack flies when the poop, or when I shoot poop, which is not the worst thing in the world. And, so that's that. Basically, that's the shop up there. And then this, so when I hit this button in the middle of the floor, it'll spawn a wave of enemies. As you can see on the left side there, we have 0 of 10 waves completed. And when you hit that button, it'll start a timer here to give you a certain amount of time to beat the wave before the next wave will spawn. So if you don't beat the enemies of that wave before that timer runs out, then you'll have to deal with like 2 waves simultaneously, sort of thing. It's a little weird. Maybe we should just get into it and show it off here. And you can see that when I press the button down, it gets surrounded with spikes. So if I want to push down again to stop these waves from coming in, then I have to hurt myself. Unless I have some... Actually, I think even if I have flying, it'll still hurt me. I think there's only like one way, and it's a very, very, very niche way that prevents you from being hurt by those spikes. It's only with a certain character, so I don't think we'll be able to pull it off with Cain here. Unless I'm misremembering things. I haven't played greed mode in a little while, if I'm being honest. But it is something we're going to have to do with every character if we want to get to all the unlocks here. So it's getting a little crazy because I wasn't able to finish off that other wave in time for this one to spawn. And I'm probably going to get a 3rd wave in here too. I believe once you hit 8 waves, though, it's going to give us a brief pause. And also you can see with each wave we are getting more money spawning at the top of the room here. Which is how, that's kind of how greed mode works. It gives you all this money for beating the waves. And then, my god, all these enemies. This is insane. Shielded Tears is actually helping quite a bit by blocking some of these shots. But it's also preventing me from hitting the enemies sometimes, so it's kind of a double-edged sword in that sense of the word. Oh my god. This is ridiculous, man. I don't know what to say. How am I not getting hit? Okay, I got hit. Alright, I'm gonna die, probably. That's fine if I do die. Because this is just the start of the run anyway, so it's not the end of the world. I would rather not, though. Oh, my lord. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Well, I died. I'm just going to go ahead and restart that run there, because that was a little bullshit. Unfortunately, going to ruin my win streak, but it is what it is. Ooh, this is a really, really fun item. This is Tech X, which gives us laser ring tears, which is that, effectively. You kind of charge it up, and you can change the size of it depending on how long you charge it, as you can see there. Got the meat. And yeah, basically that's it. The last 2 waves that you have to fight are always going to be boss fights. Bosses that are fitting for that level. So since we're in the basement, it'll be like basement level bosses, I believe. And I believe Tech X, I don't know if it gives us an actual straight damage upgrade, but it makes me feel like I'm doing more damage, which is really the important thing, right? It also gives us like penetrating / spectral tears effectively. It's a very good item, so hopefully I'll be able to make this run work now that the game's effectively handed me the win with Tech X. It's one of those items that can almost like by itself ensure a win, but not quite by itself. With the damage upgrade from the meats, we actually got pretty well set up here though. As you can see, I'm managing to take out all these enemies because when you have like penetrating tears and spectral tears, you can effectively hit all these enemies at the same time, which makes it much easier to deal with these waves of consistent enemies. And you can see now that we're on wave 8, the spikes around the button have disappeared, but the button is depressed, and it looks like a sort of little skull there, which indicates that we're going to be fighting a boss next. We do have enough money to buy something from the shop here, and I think I will go ahead and buy the PJs to give me a bunch more spirit hearts and restore my health, actually. And then let's fight Steven, it looks like. Alright, sweet. Kind of a weird one to face off against, actually. You don't see Steven all that often. So yeah, hopefully you can kind of understand the gist of greed mode here, and there's actually something that we're about to run into in a second here after we beat both waves of bosses. Polycephalus I don't think is a basement level boss, so that's interesting. I don't know, maybe the bosses for greed mode are generated differently than the normal game. Yeah, so after we beat wave 10, the button is still here. We could like leave, you can see this bottom path is open here, but we could also press the button again and summon a deal with the devil, which I think I will do. We'll have to fight one more boss, and usually this last wave, if it's harder obviously because getting a deal with the devil is really good. So it's just Pin and Lust this time, which is not the worst thing in the world. And so yeah, so you don't have to worry about red heart damage on greed runs because you can effectively I'm gonna use this guy here. You can actually, with your invincibility plays, play him twice with each half red heart, which is pretty cool. Let me see if I can get something interesting out of him. A pill. I'll see what that is in a second here. Bombs are key. Doesn't really affect us at this point, does it? I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to take Book of Belial down to the next floor with me. I don't know if that was the best play in the world, but it's over and done with now, so I'm going to go ahead, and I think there's always a key for sale in the shop here, so I don't have to worry about buying one right now. I would have if I had been concerned about that, just because I'd like to have a key for the next item room here. And now we're down to the caves, yeah, so unlike the actual game, quote-unquote, the normal mode of the game, there is no, like, Caves 1, Caves 2, Basement 1, Basement 2 sort of setup going on. It's all just, like, basement, caves, depths, and so on and so forth. So, keep that in mind. It's a very interesting, novel sort of mode, and I actually quite like it. It's unfortunate that there's not more, like, incentive to play it. I think I will take the Common Cold here. It gives me some extra poison damage, which I'm definitely a fan of. Use the Book of Belial here. Book of Belial actually has quite a bit more value in greed mode than it does on on normal runs, just because obviously you're not leaving this room for great amounts of time, so you're getting quite a bit of damage at a Book of Belial. And you can also see each wave does charge up our spacebar item. There's no sense in using a Book of Belial twice because the damage from it does not stack. By the way, Book of Belial gives you a damage upgrade for the room. I don't know if I ever went over that. That's something I'm going to try to, because I noticed that over these past couple episodes, or past all the episodes really, a lot of my commentary has just kind of been devolving into explaining what every item does, which is important, I think. It's not a bad thing necessarily, and that's something I've done in a lot of my Let's Plays. I don't really need Spelunker Hat. I guess I'll take a damage and range up from Blood Clot. And if I can get the money, I would like that Tears upgrade and HP up as well. Yeah. So I'm going to try to refrain from explaining items too much, just because, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people watching this will already have played the game and will know what a lot of the items do. Maybe not. Maybe that's just an assumption on my part. But, I feel like it'll be more natural and more fun and lead to some more variety and commentary, if nothing else, if I talk about things other than what the items do. So I'm going to effectively, from this point on, try to avoid that and just pick up items and hope that they're sort of self-explanatory, or that I explain them in the moment well enough if they're sort of like game changers. Let me go up and buy this blue cap now. Probably should have done that before the deal with the devil thing, but it's neither here nor there at this point. I will play this guy a little bit, see if I can get something out of him. I'm pretty bad at getting the second play out of him with the invincibility frames most of the time. Balls of Steel is really nice, actually. Balls of Steel. Yeah, you can see I'm not doing the best job here. Monkey's Paw is a very interesting sort of trinket. I don't know if it's going to be game-changing for me necessarily. If I get down to... Actually, I think it only works if you have half a red heart and nothing else. Then it'll spawn a black heart for us, but regardless. Didn't I just say I was going to stop explaining items? But Monkey's Paw is kind of a novel one that you don't see all that often, so some people might even forget what it does, even if they have played this game before. Alright, so we got our free item room here, which is Latchkey. I will definitely get some free keys for this normal item room, which is Lost Contact again. Well, isn't that fitting? In combination with Tech X, that's really nice because it'll fly through. Tech X will fly through tiers and also block them at the same time. PhD ensures that all of your pills are good pills, quote unquote, as far as good pills can be ascertained by the game. Some pills might seem a little questionable to laymen like me, but regardless, let's use our Book of Belial and kill some spiders. That's a random wave for the depths here. Alright. Not too bad at all. And not to spoil anything too much, but don't try to spend all your money before the end of the game here, because there's something you need your money for. Well, you don't necessarily need your money for, but you want to have it for at the end of greed mode here. So once you get down to the last floor of greed mode, make sure you have some money left over, ideally. That wave was just a bunch of troll bombs. That was kind of annoying. Alright, easy as that. I'll take this card. It's the High Priestess. Could come in handy at some point here. Whole bunch of money. Was there anything good for sale? There is PhD. There's also caffeine pill, which would give us a speed upgrade. I don't feel like I need that, but I will take PhD, I think. It also makes it so you can tell what every pill is before you get it, even if you haven't had it before. So keep that in mind. Use Book of Belial and get these bosses done and over with. Little Horn on the depth? That's alright. I don't know. Greed mode bosses apparently are a little more nebulous than I had given them credit for initially here. Monster 2 is fitting enough. Oh, I thought apparently, I don't know, I was looking at it there and it doesn't seem like Tech X actually works with shielded tiers like I thought it did. For some reason in the back of my mind, I was pretty sure that it did work that way. We've got an angel to fight here. But, apparently not. It's not no skin off my nose, really, just because Tech X on its own, especially with in combination with this poison damage, is so powerful. And now with the pentagram is going to be even more ridiculous. I will take a Headless Baby as well for a little bit of creep. And we're just kind of steamrolling at this point. I could theoretically... I'm going to put a bomb up here because I got a lot of bombs to spare and I could get some money out of this. Just spiders this time. I believe these pots actually have the chance to give you the quarter, which will give you 25 cents, obviously. But for now, I think I'll take this pill, see what it is. Bombs are key. I'll do it. Just to have enough keys for the rest of the game, sort of, with all the treasure rooms that are coming up. And easy as that. Man, this video started off on a pretty rough foot with the way things were going on our first run there. In fact, we died on our first run. Stigmata is a damage and HP up, a la meat. Here's another HP upgrade. All right, well, back in the same position we effectively were on the last floor as well. Got another demon judgment there. Might take a use of that. Yeah, I think this is probably worth it. Probably worth the one bomb that I have. Ooh, a Spirit Heart. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play Demon Judgment just because the Red Heart is in the way of the Spirit Heart there. I'd like to make use of both of those if I could. Oh, and Old Bandage also gives us the chance to drop Red Hearts upon taking damage. Ceremonial Robes is another massive damage upgrade. At this point, I think we're pretty safely in the wheelhouse of we're going to win this run. So I might honestly just like save up the rest of my money and not even worry about buying too many more items, unless there are some like ridiculous game-changing items. Oh, I need to use Book of Belial. Forgot about that. In the rotation coming up here. But I don't know how much more powerful we can really get here within reason. Oh, I never showed off the seeds for either of these runs, actually. I suppose the first run is not a huge deal because I lost it anyway. Actually, I might have been able to see the seed on the death screen now that I think about it. But after this set of waves, I'll probably look at the seed for this run just so we got that going. And easy as that. So, alright, let's pause here. Y6RS KACA 8Y. Ooh, that's weird. It looks like cabbie almost, that second one. Looks like a weird sort of leet speak word, you know? Alright, we got double Super Envy here, which with Tech X is actually going to be more or less child's play. As you can see, it's a little bit taxing on us even. On the frame rate, anyway. Oh, one little guy left down there, one little Envy piece. And then we got Polycephalus and Mask of Infamy. That's an odd assortment of enemies. If I've ever seen it. Mask of Infamy, thankfully. Again, with Tech X, who's kind of the star of this run at this point. I mean, it's been the star of the run all along since it was our first item. But even more so now, it's kind of ridiculous. Double Super Sloth, I think? No, this is Ultra Sloth, my bad. My bad. I didn't get the superlative right. Oh. Well, pardon me. A bunch of Spirit Hearts that I actually can't use right now, so yay on that. I should have gone to the Curse Room here, I guess. Oh, can you give me more Spirit Hearts? Nope, just a Troll Bomb. Alright. And let's move on down here. Like I said, probably I'll check out the shop just in case there's some cool items going on. Down in Sheol now, which is a little bit of a spoiler, I guess, in that this is the floor that you'll get to after beating the womb in the regular game as well. We can't access it yet because we haven't beaten Moms hard enough times, or at least we can't access it consistently. This is the floor you would get to if you went through a deal with the devil, the path that it provides you after Mom's Heart anyway. The one that I've sort of semi-alluded to. Like, see, I could take Champion Bracelet here and give me more damage, but look at my damage stat, and tell me that I need to do that. There's also Speedball, which is a speed and shot speed upgrade that I think I actually will take, because shot speed is a pretty nice advantage with Tech X here. Lets us clear more enemies more quickly here. Alright, so let's get some good use out of this. So the Sheol floors, I believe the next floor after Sheol does not have any item room. I think it still has a shop, I'm pretty sure. But it does not have any traditional, I don't think it has either of the traditional item rooms. So keep that in mind. Oh my god, this is going nuts. We actually got a Spirit Heart spawn down there for one of the blue fires as well. Yeah, you can see even with these hard enemies now, quote-unquote hard enemies, we're steamrolling pretty much everything that we come up against here. But once we come up to the final floor of Greed Mode, you might see that we're not as powerful as we might need to be, because no matter what your build is by the end of Greed Mode, you're probably going to run into a little bit of trouble. Maybe not, unless if you have like a ridiculous and very specific sort of build. Oh geez. There's so many things just floating around with the bloat here, with all these eyes and shit. I'm just kind of hemorrhaging HP at this point, but I'm not too concerned because we still have a lot left. The adversary is an annoying fight, but thankfully there's not a bunch of shit floating around the screen, so should be a little easier. If you don't manage to kill a bloat in time and the adversary spawns at the same time, then I could see you being in a little bit of a tight spot, but for us it's not so bad. It's just spawned a bunch of like super mini bosses here. Not the end of the world. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's the end of them. What do we got in here? We got Guppy's Paw and we got Rotten Baby. I think I will take Rotten Baby. I unlocked Krampus in the Devil Room. Alright, so that's a mini boss that can sometimes appear in the Devil Room and screw your life over. I could take Guppy's Paw. I don't think it's much of a point because once I pick it up, then I won't have any red hearts to use it on. So let's just move on here. Was there anything else up here that I wanted? Probably not really. I guess I can bomb this thing just to get one reroll out of this. Car battery doesn't really help us, and the belt is another speed upgrade. I'll take the Spirit Heart. Might as well, I've got some money to spare here, so I might as well just load up on Spirit Hearts. And let's move down to what should be the second to last floor. If I've got my math right. Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, you can see the last floor has got a weird sort of greed head. So this is the shop, which is not the floor after Sheol in the normal game. This is only a Greed Mode exclusive floor. Let's head into the Curse Room. And you can see actually that we're only taking half a heart of damage, which is just something sort of special to Greed Mode, is that after the Depths floor, normally you would be taking a full heart of damage, because that's just how the game works, is that on the Womb and beyond you take a full heart of damage unless you have certain items that negate that. But here we're actually taking just normal damage, so That is fine by me. I think maybe on the last floor you take a full heart of damage, which counts for some of the difficulty of that. But I can't actually be sure of that either way. Some weird enemies that spawn on the shop here too. Not even all that hard a lot of the time, honestly. These could be harder, I suppose, if you didn't have piercing tears, but there we go. Oh, we got some wall masters coming down in a second here. Ooh, some of these skeletal wall masters even. Make my life a living hell. Ah! Alright, oh, hello. I hate these spike traps. I was about to say I love these spike traps. I hate that I love them. And I love to hate them. And most of all, I hate that I don't even hate them, not even a little bit, not even at all. Alright, that's that for the regular waves. Got a lot of money going on to the next floor here, which will be nice for me. I think I will pick up this health upgrade, though, just to have it, you know? And we also get a trinket out of it. That's 404, which mimics a random trinket, I believe. I think, yeah, we'll go with that. It's weird, why not? I don't think it's going to screw me over unless I get some really bad trinket that I can't even think of right now. Oh, hello. Triple, whatever this guy's called. I don't even remember what he's called. The Frail, that's it. Triple Frail. Not the end of the world. And I think I'm going to... Oh my god, we got the random trinket on this floor seems to have been Burnt Penny, which gives you a chance to get a bomb whenever you pick up a penny. Which turned out to be nice for us, because that means we can sort of re-roll these to see if we get anything interesting. At least like another HP upgrade or a Spirit Heart would be probably ideal. And yeah, I'll take... No, I'm gonna save my money, I think. As weird as that might sound, seeing as I just said that I want an HP upgrade. But whatever. Alright, gonna forego the deal with the devil on this floor just because I find that the fight for the deal with the devil is a little bit ridiculous on this floor. It's the same one every time on this floor, I'm pretty sure. Or at least like one of two different ones that are both really hard. And I don't want to lose too much HP before going on to the last floor here, which is Ultra Greed. So before Ultra Greed, we have to fight sort of a mini boss, which can be a variety of things. More often than not, I see Monstro, but Greed I will not turn my nose down at. And then we are going to go ahead and step into the actual boss fight against Ultra Greed. Cain versus Ultra Greed. Alright, here we are. Let's go ahead and use our Book of Belial, of course. This guy is a little ridiculous, because, oh shit, we have the cartridge as our trinket on this floor, which is kind of cool. So this guy's a little crazy. I'm just going to kind of let the fight wash over you guys. It's a little bit nuts, and actually, he has this sort of weird armor effect that makes it, and he has scalable health, I think, as well. So effectively what happens is, no matter how much damage you're doing, he'll have health that's equivalent to that sort of damage, up to a certain point. I think he does have a maximum possible health. But you can see we're still doing pretty well against him. And the more... Oh god, Lucky Toes appeared in the basement. Everything's happening so fast. The more that you hit him, actually, the kind of angrier he'll get. You see he's getting a little bit red tinted there. And then he'll, like, be more aggressive. He'll, like, go faster and shit like that. It's a little insane how this fight can get. Gotta watch out for these key coins, because they'll unlock the doors and then spawn a bunch of little greed minions. Thankfully, with Tech X, they're not so difficult to dispatch of either. Alright, jeez. This guy is crazy, though. Let's see if we can get him to walk up so we can see his beautiful ass. He's got such a lovely sprite for his ass. I don't know if you saw that. Alright, these things heal him up, so that's not the greatest thing in the world. And also when he hits you, you do drop some money, so... And money can... And he can actually use that money that you drop to heal himself if he walks over it, I believe, so... Keep that in mind. He's a little bit on the insane side, is all I gotta say. I know that's probably the word of the day for this fight is insane, but, I don't know if there's another word for it. Okay, more bombs. Alright, you just, you keep doing you, Ultra Greed. Alright, I guess I can use High Priestess. There's no reason not to. It's gonna do negligible damage, but, it is damage nonetheless. And it looks like we're in a pretty good spot to win this here. I mean, don't count your chickens before they hatch, obviously. Yeah, don't count your chickens before you hatch. That's how the saying goes, right? That wouldn't make any sense. Alright, look how crazy he's going. He's going Hamtaro. Alright, just random coins here. He's almost there. Just a little bit more doing, and we should have him. We should have his number. Jesus. Okay, well, there we go. That's more like it. So he turns into this golden statue. We got Evil Eye appeared in the basement. That's for beating Ultra Greed as Cain. Pick up the rest of this money. And then we got this Greed donation machine, which only spawns after beating Ultra Greed. And you can see our percentage sign over on the left there. That's the percentage chance, lucky pennies have appeared in the basement, that the machine will break after putting another coin into it. And you can see it'll go up slowly, I think, after a certain amount of money here. We unlocked special hanging shopkeepers, which is a weird thing to unlock, but it is a thing. And you do have to kind of grind this up all the way to 999 if you want to unlock everything. And something very special unlocks at 999 as well, so that's why I said save a bunch of money. Wooden nickels appear in the basement. That's a spacebar item, I believe. Yeah, so you want to save everything, you want to save up as much money as possible so you can donate as much as the end here as is good. Looks like we're going to get quite a bit of money into this. It's not going to break. And we got up to 50, which I think is pretty good for a single run. So that's going to be it. Let's see the ending of Greed Mode today. You can take from that whatever you will, I guess. There we go. So that is Greed Mode in a nutshell. We're gonna have to do that with every character. As you can see, there is a spot on the post-it note for it. And also, it should probably, our next Greed Mode one should probably be Azazel, so that we can get Lilith unlocked here. Because I'd like to get all the characters unlocked as soon as possible. We still got to do Magdalene, Judas, Eve, who is, I should really get done because she's one of my more favorite characters. And Lilith, obviously. But for now, that's gonna be it. Next time, we'll probably not going to do another Greed Mode run. Probably just going to go back to normal runs. I can do Greed Mode runs infrequently, I would say, but they will not be absent. For now, though, thanks everyone for watching. Please leave a rating and a comment down below. It helps keep me going, helps me make more videos, keep me motivated and all that jazz. And subscribe if you want to see more videos. I try to post one of these a day, so keep on coming back if you want to see more of this. For now, though, thanks everyone for watching. This is ArgonMatrix signing out. Thank you and good night.